Just been at the Training for Transformation workshops in Cape Town. What was that all about?
The aim of the training is to teach the people to grow themselves, to develop themselves, rather than to come and develop them, to make sure the fundamental needs of the people are satisfied, but make sure the people do things for themselves.
In the Pondo People film, you talked about how the mining had caused you to get involved in politics. How has the training transformation course helped you deal with the politicians?
I'm involved in politics because I'm always speak with the people all the time, not politically, but just to make sure that the rights of the people are not violated and their voice are heard. And the other thing I've learned there, if you want to solve the problem, don't bring the big solution to solve the big problem. If, for example, if you deal with the people, you come and speak with them, not just to think about it, think and bring all these big development, because they think the big solution is going to solve this problem of poverty.
But maybe it solves the problem of the politician to get votes next election, though.
It's government's responsibility, and the people as well, to make their lives better. Not just somebody come from the heaven. If the development come from the air, it is not gonna work from the ground.
It reminds you of that lovely saying that development, there's no such thing as problems. There are only people with problems.
Yes, the only way to understand people, go and speak to them, listen to them. Without doing that thing, you never succeed. That's why always in this country we're facing with a big problem. There are different ideologies because the people, they didn't want to sit down with the people and listen.
John said that upon winning the award he would like to come back again someday and pick up the story.
We'd like to use the same approach. You'd go and hopefully see the same people, and that they will still be there. The mining won't have happened, and the story will have grown, because that's what stories do, they grow. What's the next chapter?
The next chapter for me, our history, if we go back, is not documented, because we just heard from those old people, and now there are very few. After Don guides came and spent time and document all what's happening, it is very important for us, because even our children and our children of our children, they're going to see what's happening. For example, the Pondo revolt. We just heard from the people, because there was nobody who just can come and document all those things. It's a lot of things that's happening at this area, but it's not documented. That's the problem we're facing. Yeah, that's why I want to say to Don Guy, we thank so much.
In Ecuador, they are now going back to their past, and they're realizing, exactly as you described, the need for people to regain their historical knowledge so that they can learn how to cope with the challenges of the future.
I was watching one of the channel on the TV where the ministers, they were talking about this climate change. They were saying that as the ministers, they need to go and educate the society. But while I'm just watching that, I was thinking maybe those ministers, they were excluding themselves when they saying they're going to educate the society. Because according to my understanding, if you see clearly, both eyes, maybe 3 eyes, not 1 eye, who grant the license to dig the land? Who grant the license to take all those trees? Who grant the license to open those big factories, lot of smoke polluting the air? If the ministers, they get educated first, I think we can save this word. And if they want to make sure they deal with this problem of climate change, they must come down and speak with the people and listen their indigenous knowledge, because those people, they were sitting with this nature. They know the nature very well.
In Ecuador, they now have a policy where they say keep the oil in the soil. In South Africa, we've made a lot of money from coal. Now they're saying keep the coal in the hole. And what I would want to suggest for amaPondo, keep the trees in the breeze. Because what your natural resource is here, your natural endowment that you've inherited, is the Pondoland Centre of Plant Endemism, the Nkomba palm, which is just behind us here, which grows nowhere else in the world other than here. We want to keep those trees in the breeze. I think that Minister Sonjica would acknowledge that she has been educated by the Pondo people.
As we, the Pondo people, we have no grudge with the minister. We're not holding any grudge. We invite her to come and see our environment, as she's the Minister of Environment now. Because as we're born environmentalists, we're not going to school to be environmentalists. We're born like that.
Now, next year, it's 6 months, I think, before the 2010 World Cup soccer.
What are the Pondo people going to do to make sure that we win that one?
John, because our South African soccer, we love from our deepest heart. The team of my local at Skidi, it's called New Standard.
How do they come upon that name?
It's an old team, and even myself, I'll try to ask them how they just name that soccer with the English name. And they said they name that club because it was the first team from the local, and they think it's going to be new all the time, because my father, he was playing on that team, but still today is still a very strong team. We have a lot of Benima cats around in the community, and we have a lot of Stephen Binar in the community because of their talented.
That's a marvelous metaphor of how we can use soccer as more than just about winning your match. It's about raising the standards. Now it sounds like you should go and coach Bafana Bafana. Well, you know what I want to suggest, and organise for the Bafana Bafana team to actually come as part of their build-up and training to the World Cup. Do you think it's possible for us to invite them to come and spend some time here?
John, what you said, it's possible. I think if you go and speak with them, they were willing to come and to help us on this situation. But the only thing we need to do as a Pondo people is unite.